Hi guys, one of the great things about making sourdough is something we'll learn about on Saturday, but this is called discard. This is what you take out of the sourdough every time you feed it, and it's a really amazing thing to do some wonderful things with. So today we're going to use up some leeks that we've got in the fridge that are looking a bit manky, so we don't want to waste any food at the moment, so we're going to make a leek and blue cheese focaccia. So I've got here, I'm going to put in 400 grams of white flour, same flour as we used yesterday, and I'm going to put into that 250 milliliters of tepid room temperature water, a good pinch of salt, and the discard. This is just like the sourdough, but it's just not quite as mature, but it's still got loads of lovely wild yeasts in it. We're going to plonk that in there using the spatula that we didn't use yesterday, and then we're going to put a good glug, an official measurement of a glug of olive oil. Okay, and then we're going to get our fingers in there, and we're just going to start to bring the dough together. Okay, it's going to be quite a soft dough. You want it to be nice, smooth, and really come together with that yeasty waste that was left. Okay, make it into a very simple dough, put it into a little bit of a ball, and then we're going to leave that for about 1 hour just to rise and start to do its magic. Just going to wash my hands, and then we'll go on to the leeks. Now we're just going to cover the dough with a damp tea towel, pop it somewhere warm, and prepare our leeks. So leeks are grown in sand, so they become very dirty in the middle. We're going to pull those apart. Like that, you can see the sand coming out of there. I'm just going to peel them off. You can do this with onions as well. I'm just going to cut them through the middle like that. Okay, and then cut them into small semicircle rings. You can see that there are lots of bits of sand and dirt in there, so it's really important that we give them a good wash. Plenty of cold water. If you've got a salad spinner, put them through a salad spinner. There we go. Give them a nice wash. And then we're just going to cook them down in some olive oil and get them ready to go into the bread. Good, okay, so now we're going to cook the leeks. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil into a pan, nice and warm, and then the leeks are going to go in. I'm going to sweat them down. Go nice and soft, little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, and then we're just going to leave those on the heat until they get all lovely and soft, ready to go into the bread. Okay, so after about 5-10 minutes, the leeks are all lovely and soft, still green, but the sweetness is really lovely and coming out of the leeks. We're now going to put them on the side just to cool down a little bit before we add them to the dough. We have now going to complete our blue cheese and leek focaccia. So the dough has been in the fridge now actually overnight. It could be left on the side for 2 hours maybe till it's doubled in size, but we left it in the fridge overnight. And this really shows that you can put it in the fridge and it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it can just take a bit longer, you're not rushed for time. So now we're going to take the dough out of the bowl, just knock it back a little bit, and then we're going to start adding some leeks. So these lovely leeks that we cooked yesterday, I'm just going to squeeze those into the dough. The rest of them we're going to sprinkle on top, into the flour. A bit more flour on there. And for this recipe you can use onions or, like I said, any other vegetables that you've got kicking around. We've got some leeks left over from our vegetable delivery this week. I'm just going to get those all incorporated. Then in any kind of tin or tray, I'm just going to put a bit of oil in the bottom. Focaccia needs a little, quite a little bit of oil, or a good bit of oil. And then as this now has got a little bit wet, I'm just going to roll it back a little bit. And I'm going to flop it into the tray. Like so. And then we're just going to smush that around. Just to fill the tray like that. Okay, and then we've got a bit of blue cheese. You could use any cheese. This is really strong Roquefort cheese that we picked up at our local cheesemonger. I'm just going to push squares of cheese into the bread, and then when we put that to rise one more time, the bread will really come round the cheese and kind of envelop the cheese as it melts. So I'm just going to push that in there, just like that. A little bit more olive oil on top, and then we're going to pop that in a warm place for 30-40 minutes until it starts to rise up again, and then we'll pop it in the oven for about 20 minutes on 200 degrees. So if you want to pop your oven on while it's raising. Okay, so now you can see the focaccia has really bubbled up and doubled in size. I've poked my fingers in it a little bit, and now we're going to pop it in the oven at 200 degrees for about 20-25 minutes until it's nice and golden brown. Okay, so here we have it after 20 minutes in the oven. We have our leek and blue cheese focaccia, which is basically using the sourdough discard, which we're going to change that name next time, some leeks or some onions that were in the bottom of the fridge, and any bits of cheese that you have. This happens to be the blue cheese, but there we go. Delicious, delicious focaccia.